welcome to Vlogmas. Come on in. Good morning. Happy 3rd of December. I just got in from my cold and snowy walk with Jim. It was 22 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 5.5 degrees Celsius. So I'm a little rosy this morning. But it's time to sit down with you and open my Advent. I got my second colour added in yesterday. Those look very nice together. And once again, as I'm knitting away, I remember what things are. This was Knit Picks palette, and I think the colour was Gosling. It's interesting how they're both fingering weight, but one, and they were both 10 grams, but one is slightly longer than the other. That's okay, it's just a cowl. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so scissors at the ready, and we'll get little nugget number 3 and see what color it is and see if I can instantly recognize what the yarn is. Sometimes it takes me a while of pondering. If you can hear noise outside, it's my husband shoveling the driveway. Oh, I do know what this is. This is West Yorkshire Spinners, and I believe the colour was called Blueberry Bonbon. So that'll be the next colour going into the Litmus Cowl by Jude Harper. So I can knit this throughout the day and hopefully have all colour put in ready for tomorrow. All right, see you later. Bye. This morning I'm getting ready to make pizza dough. I have a recipe from a pizza class that I took while in Sicily that requires the pizza dough to sit in the fridge for 2 days to ferment. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, it sits in the fridge for 2 days and it very, very slowly starts to bubble up and rise. And then once it's done that for 2 days, then it's ready to use. And it makes really delicious Neapolitan style pizza. So that's my task in the kitchen this morning, is to make some pizza dough. And I will put the ingredients in the description box so that if you want to try it yourself, you can. And we just knead the dough until it's nice and smooth. Oh, pizza dough is a little firmer, I would say, than like a regular bread dough for a loaf of bread. And I think that's what gives it its nice chewy crust. And I have already prepared my dough bucket. I just
put a little bit of olive oil in it and push that around the bottom and the sides so the dough doesn't stick. Probably knead for maybe 5 minutes, and then that should do it. All right, into the bucket it goes. So here it is. Doesn't look very exciting, but trust me when I tell you, after 2 days in the fridge, it's more than doubled in size usually, and it's full of bubbles. So I'll put this in the fridge and get it out again in 2 days' time, which would be Friday, and make a couple of Neapolitan pizzas. So this amount of dough will make 2 roughly 10-inch pizzas. So I usually make 1 to eat and then 1 to either freeze, and it does freeze very well, or to have for lunch the next day. At last we get to do the bookcase project, and the panels that I painted a couple of weeks ago have cured. I think it's been 2.5 weeks, something like that, maybe 3. So now we're ready to check the placement of the decals. So I ordered these leaves, stylized leaves on Etsy, and they're 10 inches tall, and you apply them using apparently this little squeegee to get the bubbles out, and a hairdryer. So I've never applied a wall decal before, so this is a new experience for me, but I hope it works. I'm not too worried because it's a bookcase and most of these probably will be hidden by things that are on the shelves. But we'll give it a go and see how it works. I'll take you along for the ride. I have 20 leaves, so there'll be 10 on each bookshelf panel. So the question is, do I want them all facing the same way? How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My first 10. Let's look at placement. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I suspect I'm going to need to get out a tape measure if I want to be completely exact. I thought this would be easy, just plop them on, but apparently I need to finesse them a bit more. I mean, do I really need to? That's the question. I don't know. Let's see what you think. I mean, they're fairly evenly spaced. That's one way. Looks pretty good. except I have a couple upside down. Well, here's the problem, like, which is the right way up? Like, is that the top? Is that the top? I guess it's designer's choice, because I don't know. I think I like it better with the more filled in area facing up. Or maybe I do a random. Let me talking out loud to you here. I'll play around with this a little bit more and I'll come back. It occurred to me that I should probably mark the center of the board, like so that when I lay the leaves that are in the middle, they are actually in the center. So I have painter's tape that I've just marked. 17 inches is the middle of my board. So then the center leaves should line up, theoretically. We'll see. This is turning out to be a lot trickier than I thought it would be, but I shall persevere. I should say it's only tricky because I am a bit of a perfectionist. So that's why it's taken me a while. Okay. I'm happy with the placement of these two. And now I need to get top and bottom aligned so that they're in the same spot. All right. This just might be as bad as beginning of the year classroom bulletin boards. Just saying. All right, so it's all smoothed out with the smoother. No bubbles. All right. Let's see what happens. Ooh. This is so nerve-wracking. Ooh, it's so pretty. Wow. Wow. That is bizarrely satisfying. Wow. Ta-da! First one is done. I have to keep going. Whew. It's nerve-wracking. The second one is done. They look so beautiful. I like them. All right. Onwards, Macduff. All right, it's all finished. And I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. There are some small decals and I can't decide whether to put them on or not, but I think I won't decide that until after the bookshelves are put together. But let me show you what it looks like. All right, here it is in all its glory, warts and all. And if I hadn't told you that I had made a mistake, I'm not sure you would know because it looks pretty intentional. But I really like the way the navy blue works with the very pale violet color. So that's one done, and I have one more to do. That took about an hour and a half with all the faffing about trying to decide where to put the leaves. Not too bad. I'm trying to decide if I like the little blip at the bottom of the ones that are pointing down. I haven't attached them very securely because I'm thinking about it. So stay tuned as to whether I keep them or not. Thanks for hanging out with me on this third day of Vlogmas. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow for day 4. Bye.